What is up? What is up? What is up? Whole new
It's
look.
up, then
It's a
it's up, then it's up, then it's up.
it's a brand new. It's a whole new world.
Sheesh, look at that hair, Badaki.
I know. Yeah, I'm getting. I brushed out my hair. My girl just brushed out my hair. I have curly hair,
Got some
so
beautiful
I
locks.
needed to detangle. Look at that. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Look at that. Have you seen Coming to America? Just let your
I
soul.
actually haven't.
Oh
I
man,
need to.
bro.
I've heard so many good things about
There's
it.
this part in the movie that was like, oh, there's like this guy with a jerry curl. He's like, oh, just let your soul, and he starts singing. But yeah, classic, classic, classic.
Sounds like a you need to be there type scenario.
It's definitely you need to be there.
You know
Um,
when you try and tell a joke and you're like, just you had to be there, and then you regret telling the joke.
yeah,
Um, all right. So we've got a Dynasty SuperFlex startup mock draft right now.
yeah,
You guys know the deal. Hey, if you want to join these mock drafts and you're watching this later on or even during the live stream, look in the description of this video. You will see directions on how to do that. But essentially, it's the solo.to/fantasyland football link.
hmm
When you click on that link, you will find a way to join our Discord. Super easy. Join our Discord and you'll get all the notifications. Um, on Discord there. Good little community we're starting to get over there on Discord.
yeah,
Really enjoy having everyone over there.
yeah. Absolutely, we're really excited about that. We can't wait for it to continue to grow.
Yeah. Hey,
So
before we start, quick shout out. I know you said don't shout me out, but quick shout out to Dexon. Dexon's been in this live stream like 2 hours before we started, and he's just been like so hyping up the live stream, being like, "Hey, we got 55 minutes left. Every like 10 minutes, he's updating." That's love, man. Shout out to Dexon.
he's
And
funny,
Dexon
bro.
just said I just found out how to join like a minute ago. That's funny. Well, welcome to the Discord. Welcome to Fantasyland fam. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Big shout out to you, Dexon. We love everyone supporting what we're doing. Means a lot to us. By the way, 11 people watching. Another way you can support us is just drop a like on this video. Let's see if we can hit 20 likes on this video on this live stream.
yeah.
Let's see if somehow we can hit 20 likes on the live stream altogether. That would be awesome. I don't think we have ever hit 20 likes on a live stream. So join us with history. Daniel, what's up? He just subscribed today. Shout out to you. He said it's my first mock with you guys. We're
Yeah,
excited to
pumped, man.
have you, bro. Why don't you bring us to the mock draft screen here, Badaki? Shout out to everyone who is mocking with us today. They are
hmm
mocking with us, obviously through Discord, like we said.
Yeah,
Big shout out to the Fantasyland fam. Let's
yeah.
go ahead and get this started. Again, Dynasty SuperFlex startup mock draft.
Oh
This
boy.
is not, I repeat, not tight end premium. However, a lot of people are just getting into Dynasty. So quarterbacks should be highly, highly valued. We should probably see everyone with a starting quarterback by the time round two is over, right? So we're
Yeah,
probably going to see like anywhere from 12 to uh, maybe double that in the first, or sorry, not double, but maybe 12 to
what? Yeah,
16
16, 17.
quarterbacks in the first two rounds.
That's what I'm thinking.
You want to set yourself up with a future that you can rely on, and normally quarterback is the one position you can really do that with.
Yeah.
So what we do is we randomize the draft before we start. We randomize it 3 times. Shout out to Paulie D. He was the one to suggest that because Sleeper's not the best at randomizing. Let's go ahead and randomize 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I was about to say I thought I got that. Well, why would we've been back to back the last three times.
I can't get away from you, bro.
Honestly, man.
Um, by the way, before we just click start, we wanted to let you guys know that we are announcing next week. You can already join us right now in a redraft league, our follower league,
Yeah.
which is called the Golden Goats League. That's a redraft league, super easy to join through our Patreon link, which we can put in the chat. But we're also announcing Dynasty follower leagues next week, so look out for it. Um, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So just so everyone knows, we're going to do a minute and then we're going to switch it to 30 seconds so this video isn't like 3 million years long. Let's go ahead and begin draft. Jack is on the clock here. It should be Patrick Mahomes. if we know what we're doing.
No pressure. No pressure. No
Dexon
pressure.
said, "Bro, thanks for talking about Cole Kmet." Of course, Cole Kmet is someone that I talked about on our most recent video up on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't. Tight end sleepers that we're excited about this year. Cole Kmet is definitely someone, especially in a dynasty draft, I'm looking to grab.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Cole Kmet's upside. Check out that video for a full take. CMC at the 1-2, is that, it's really up to you if that's too early or not, right? Like
Yeah.
it's up to your perspective. I'm kind of the type of guy who wants to set myself up with a quarterback for the future in the first round. Unless, there's a list of guys that are gone and I just can't do that.
Yeah, I think it's a hard it's hard to gauge what you want to do at the 1.2. You could go a quarterback, but you can also wait until you're into the 211, come back and then get, a younger quarterback. Maybe a Trevor Lawrence falls to you if no one takes him, maybe a Zach Wilson, whatever the case may be. Somebody like that can come to you at the turn or right before the turn in the second round. So we're going to see
You're
how
definitely
Tom
playing
and
with
team.
fire though.
Yeah.
Like if you don't take a quarterback in the first round and you're waiting on Trevor Lawrence to come back to you, like you're playing with fire at that point. Lannon, I'll just, Kyler Murray's not a bad pick, but
I think
I'm
he's
going to tell him to turn off auto draft.
Yeah, he could be. He always disappears and comes back, but it's all good. King Adams here. I think we drafted with him a couple times.
Yeah, we have. Josh Allen's on the board. Really should be Josh Allen here. And we should probably not, I don't think it should be that hard of a pick. Try to do your best. If you know the guy you're taking, just grab him. So we can, when people are watching this back, they can go through it. So it's Allen, then it's Herbert, which is interesting because Herbert goes before Lamar Jackson. That's something we've been talking about a lot in these dynasty startups.
Yep. And
is it going to be Herbert or Lamar first after the first three go?
For me, it's definitely Herbert. I'd rather have Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson at this very moment, especially in dynasty. I see Herbert career, surpassing. And if you listen to our latest podcast, I'm saying that I'm scared of mobile quarterbacks. It sounds crazy. Go listen to that podcast. We have
that podcast releases in 24 minutes, so they couldn't actually listen to that just yet.
Yeah. So when it does release, definitely check it out. Jonathan Taylor.
So here I am on the board, and I'm going to take the risk strategy. I'm going to take Saquon Barkley and hope that one of these quarterbacks come back to me. Dak is the last guy that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the big six quarterbacks. Then I'm definitely securing a quarterback on the turn, right? So I'm okay to get Trevor Lawrence, Wilson, Joe Burrow, Fields, Lance. I'm okay to get one of those guys on the return.
Yeah.
Dexon, shout out to you. He said, "Who do you think was the best player in the draft?" It's a good question, man, because I think there's tiers, right? The best player in the draft, would have to be Trevor Lawrence. But if we're not going super obvious, I think Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts are the best players in the draft. But if we're not going super obvious, outside of that, I really think Penei Sewell could be the best player in this draft. Some people say he's overrated. I'm not one of those people. I really think Penei Sewell is going to be a centerpiece of that offensive line for a decade. He's very young, very talented, hasn't had any injury issues. And, if you're a big fan of PFF, he ranked the highest rated tackle when he was 19. So dude's a monster.
Yeah. And I'm taking Trevor Lawrence here.
Okay, so now I'm on the return, and Russell Wilson's there. So I'm absolutely cheering that I can start Saquon Barkley and Russell Wilson. I probably would have taken Burrow or Lawrence if they were on the board, but Russell Wilson's not old. He's only 32 as a quarterback. He's not purely reliant on his legs. I'm happy to grab Russell Wilson there. Shout out to the 16 people watching the stream. Appreciate you guys. We want to get this live stream somehow to 20 likes. It's probably unrealistic, but you might be able to help us out here.
Yeah.
So drop a like in 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can get to 20 likes on this live stream. That would mean a ton to us. And appreciate y'all. So let's just quickly talk about what's happened here. You took Najee Harris at the 110 above a lot of other guys. Dalvin Cook was on the board, Kamara, Cam Akers. Um, explain yourself.
Explain myself. Look, I think as we get closer into the season, it's not that I don't like Dalvin or Alvin. I love them. Don't get me wrong, but I think I would rather go with Najee there. He's a 1, 2, 3, 4 running back off the board. Technically, he's my fifth running back in my rankings.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that I take him for a fifth. I think at that point it's just a preference.
Yeah.
Who do I really want?
So you're
And
leaning on the guy who has no injuries, no, big upside rookie contract, 5 years
correct.
because he went in the first round. Is that the reason?
And I just believe he has the opportunity. He has the opportunity to do something special. He's gonna see a lot of touches. There's already reports that he's gonna be lining up on the outside. He's gonna be involved in the passing game. How long does Big Ben have? I don't know.
Well,
So
I think he's done after this year.
yeah. So
I think
then,
that's pretty clear.
and if that's the case, who's gonna be the quarterback next year, and what are they gonna rely on? The run game.
Okay, let's quickly talk about Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara. Pretty good way to start your
Mm-hmm.
if you're not going to go quarterback, you're definitely in win now mode, Team 12, and that's okay if you want to be in win now mode. We said this on the podcast 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's okay to want to win now. If you win your dynasty league in the first year, you're still a champion. It's
Yeah.
not like anything's been taken away from you. Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Russell Wilson, and we have 3 wide receivers in the second round. Not common in most dynasty superflex startups.
Ooh,
Typically,
Tannehill.
it's people taking running backs and quarterbacks in these kind of tiers here. But Jefferson's a wide receiver 1 off the board, then Metcalf and Ridley. AJ Brown still not off the board. I just want to quickly comment on Cole World's second pick, which is Derrick Henry. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's too high to take Derrick Henry. I know it looks like a value, but here in a dynasty league, taking Derrick Henry in the second, he is 28, 29. I can't remember. I'm not saying he's going to get injured, but he's only got 2 years max, and I don't think 2 years is realistic, of great production at the position.
Yeah.
It's too early to take Derrick Henry there, in my opinion.
And if you look at on the board, look at all these young running backs: J.K.,
Yeah.
Gibson, Clyde. Joe is still a little bit still young there. Etienne. There's so like the youth is there, and obviously this is dynasty, so you're playing for 3 to 5 years. Hopefully that these guys can give you longevity. Not that Derrick Henry can't give you longevity, but in reality, there's a regression should be coming if we really
Yeah.
think about it. So who knows?
Agreed. I want to quickly highlight Ryan Tannehill. You said that at the 211, too early. Personally, I would rather have a Trey Lance, a Justin Fields. Tannehill's great, but I think you probably want to wait till at least the 3rd or 4th round to take one of those guys in a dynasty startup. How about Team 1, though? It starts Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Swift, and A.J. Brown. It's hard not to look like a sexy team with those 3 players to start off.
Yeah, look, this looks more realistic because we're doing our dynasty startup draft on Saturday. This feels more realistic. This feels like a scenario that could happen. We've been trying to gauge of what people are going to do. No one really knows, but
Yeah.
this is
Sorry,
interesting.
you're right. Derrick Henry is, he's not 28. He's 27. Derrick Henry is 27 years old, but still, that is old for a second round dynasty startup running back to select that early. So he isn't 28. He's 27. So Allen Robinson at the 3-2 again. That's too high, guys. I don't know how Tyreek is still on the board there. Diggs is still on the board there. CeeDee Lamb. I would take all those guys over Allen Robinson. I know someone mentioned that. Josh A mentioned that in the chat. Yeah, it's too early for Allen Robinson there at the 3-2. Tommy, we love Tommy, but you have a trend to reach on certain guys. I don't know if that's just because you want to take the guys you like or what that is, but personally, I feel like it is a little bit of a reach to do that there.
Yeah.
So I'm on the board here, and I see Travis Etienne staring me straight in the face, and I'm going to grab him as my second running back. Sheesh, bro. I love the way that this has started for me. Saquon, Etienne, Russell Wilson. I'm really happy with that start. Cole World did counter getting Derrick Henry too early by grabbing Gibson with great value at the 3-6. I like Daniel's strategy of getting, two PPR monsters in Jefferson and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the one guy I was thinking about drafting over ETN, but I took ETN instead.
Yeah. Why is that? Out of curiosity.
I just feel like ETN is primed to be a fantasy PPR monster. I don't think that James Robinson's role is really going to hold personally. And I have ETN in my rankings ahead of Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, really?
So that's why I've
Yeah.
done that.
I mean, for me, I'm buzzing. I got two of my running backs, two of my running backs in the top 10. In the first and in the third.
You're pretty high on Clyde.
Yeah, I like Clyde this year. I see tremendous value coming his way, in my personal opinion. This is an easy pick for me. It's CeeDee Lamb, no doubt about it.
Yeah, damn.
I get my wide receiver. Wow. I mean, this is all youth here. I don't have.
Yeah, it's a great team, man. I was gonna take CD, and now I'm sitting in like D Hop's on the board. I love D Hop, but I really want to build youth around my team, and I'm fairly confident in the wide receivers I can get later on. At this point, I'm going to grab my tight end 1 in Dynasty.
Yeah,
look, everyone's gonna tell you that this is a reach. It's not a reach. I believe Kyle Pitts is a generational talent. Everyone's saying, hey, Kyle Pitts is like the best tight end we've ever scouted. All these professionals are saying that. Same here. Like, he's the best tight end I've ever seen come out of college.
Right.
I'm taking him. I'm believing in the future. And he is my tight end 1 in fantasy. I get him in the 4th round. Kyle Pitts. So I start Russell Wilson, Saquon, Travis, and Kyle Pitts. I'm hyped about that start personally.
Yeah, it's a great start. I love it. Kyle Pitts is a great pick. At the moment, he's not my number 1 in tight ends. I can't put him there at this very moment.
It's not going to be consensus for everyone.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know many people other than me. Not that I'm like special or anything.
Yeah.
But not many people are doing that.
Yeah, I do believe he's a great talent. And, I think the two guys I'm for sure taking over Pitts is Kittle and Waller. That's where I have in my rankings. I have in my tight end 3 currently right now in my dynasty rankings. That's the best I can do. I can't take a position that's not solidified. That is really hard to get, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Hey, we've got 17 people watching the live stream. Appreciate you. Our goal is to somehow get 20 likes on this video. If you can drop a like and help us reach that goal, that would mean a ton to us. And if you're new here, drop a subscribe. If you like the content, if you like Dynasty, if you like Redraft, anything fantasy, we're pumping out content all the time for you guys. And expecting some really cool things this year. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It would mean a lot to the channel. Jamar Chase goes at the 4-6. I was considering Jamar Chase instead of Kyle Pitts with my selection as well. However, I just went a different route. I like to secure tight ends if I can. It's the one position that is super hard to define to get a solid starter. So Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin goes ahead of DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know where you have him in your rankings, but that is not how I would have had it.
Sorry, yeah. My fiance is vacuuming right now, so if you can hear that, sorry. No, I wouldn't have done that. Let me just double check my rankings here. Let me just double check. DeAndre Hopkins over Terry.
Daniel, who's mocking with us, said, had to fade quarterback early. You sniped me with Russ at 2.4. Yeah, man, I was honestly surprised that Russell Wilson was still there at the 2.4. And I will say, though, at the 2.5, like, I'm not afraid to take Trey Lance at, like, the 2.6 onwards.
Yeah.
Personally. I would have taken Trey Lance over Ryan Tannehill. But I think Tannehill is safer. But right now is around where you should really try and get a guy like Tannehill, right now in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, to go back to that question, I would have taken DeAndre Hopkins over Terry. I have him higher in my rankings. Youth is the key, though, so maybe that's what he's going for. He got Derrick Henry, so he's countering the youth. So that kind of makes sense. But
yeah, that makes sense.
Landon's back here. He takes Keenan Allen. Here we go.
Welcome back from the dead, Landon. He's back and he's better. He's taking Keenan Allen. DeAndre Hopkins is still on the board.
People don't like him, bro.
Okay.
Maybe they do.
I don't know what y'all. Don't be scared. What y'all scared for? Don't be scared.
Don't be shy.
Okay,
Pour some more.
everyone's got a quarterback except for Team 8 here, so he's really playing the late round strategy. Might be looking for one of these veterans to set himself up here soon. How is Travis Kelce still on the board? How is Darren Waller still on the board?
People, man, they're going for the youth. This is Dynasty.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's my
That's
personal
crazy,
opinion,
bro.
bro.
I will say, man, but I know they're going for youth, but how do those guys slip out of the first 4 rounds?
Bro, if you can get him in the fifth here, if Jack can get a top tight end here in the fifth, well, there goes Kelsey because Tommy just got picked. But if that's good, that's amazing value, especially for Kelsey, the number one tight end, whether it's dynasty or redraft. That's wild. My personal opinion. He goes Miles, Sanders, and Monty. There goes D Hop.
Sanders, Monty, D Hop. Are you okay to take David Montgomery over a guy like DeAndre Hopkins who's still on the board there?
I mean, in his position, he's probably reaching for that specific reason. He's like, you know what? He knows those guys are going to come to him. He's happy with whatever receiver is going to come to him back at the 6-12. So maybe he's taking a chance.
Okay.
So this is the strategy that I said you should do. What Jack is doing right now.
I know. I'm gonna do my own thing though. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Just worry about your dynasty.
Okay.
We got to start up mock draft with our friends on Saturday, and we're gonna be mocking. Well, they might be watching this. What's up? I've given out way too much information already on our podcast, so I'm trying to keep my lips a little bit sealed now, so they don't have any more information. All right, Michael Thomas goes off the board in the 5th round. It wouldn't surprise me if Michael Thomas finished as like a top 3 wide receiver this year and just surprises everyone.
I mean, I don't know if I can say that.
Javonte's off the board.
Shout out to Karina Savage. Go football, go sports. You gotta love it.
Shout out to my wifey. Go football, go sports. Yeah. At least she watches Formula One with me though.
No,
Formula
that's amazing.
One is something we've been. Has anyone watched F1 on Netflix? Drive to Survive. Unreal.
Unbelievable.
This live stream is brought to you by Drive to Survive. Stream it now on Netflix worldwide.
Draft your fantasy football team with us, though.
Yeah. So now we see Darren Waller go off the board. Team 7's looking pretty spicy, man. Metcalf, Dobbins, Chase, Darren Waller, Dak Prescott as your quarterback. I like it. I really, really like it. Okay, let's see what happens with this next pick. Is that too high for Josh Jacobs, though, at the 5-6, or do you think that's proper value?
I think it's proper value. I think I would have gone another in his position. I probably would have gone another wide receiver. But once again, you probably have to reach for these guys in the expectation that they're not going to come back to you.
Yeah.
But he's in a good position. He's a 1-6, so he has 12 players. Interesting. Okay. Zach Wilson goes off the board here. Now Zach's on the clock.
I'm in a real tough position here. I'm either going Devonta Smith, Brandon Ayuk. I could go Amari Cooper. I don't want any of the running backs on the board at this price. Let me just check my rankings real quick.
Yeah. I have a quick geese. Let us know what you think. You got 15 seconds to make this pick.
All right, I'm going to grab a Devonta Smith here. I just think he's going to see enough targets to be fantasy relevant for the next 5 years.
That makes my life easy, and I'm just going to take Brandon Ayuk.
See, I knew you wouldn't take Amari Cooper, though.
Well, I have CeeDee Lamb.
Exactly. So I'm just saying I'm just trying to help people out here. Like, look at the draft board when you draft. That's why I was so much more confident taking Smith, because I knew that at least one guy is going to take Cooper. Cooper goes, but if I was at the 11 and Badaki was at the 12, for example, and I knew that he had Lamb, just leave Cooper. Most people aren't comfortable with that, and if they take him, then that's fine. You still get the guy that you wanted. Okay, so we see Ayuk, DJ Moore, and Amari Cooper go off the board. Is it too early for DJ Moore at the 5'11"? Some people are DJ Moore truthers. We aren't DJ Moore truthers.
I'm personally
not excited about the safety of his future. You know what I mean? Like, his future isn't very secure for me.
No, I have DJ Moore significantly low in my rankings. He's my wide receiver 31 in Dynasty. I'm not
Okay.
excited about DJ Moore. There is a lot of speculation that DJ Moore is going to move into the slot now that Terrence Marshall is there. Let me make my pick. I'm going. Let me just double check my rankings. It's either Chris Carson or Kareem Hunt right now. Let me just double check. According to my rankings, it's Chris Carson. And I'm happy with taking Chris Carson here, in my personal opinion. I have my two youths and my older guy that can work in my flex position. I don't mind taking Carson there.
Again, man, there's just so much wide receiver depth. I'm probably gonna punt the position here at this pick, and it's either gonna be Rodgers or a running back. And
Well, there's two running
you
backs
know,
I believe you're going to take.
I know.
So,
And let me just say this:
which
there's
makes
a lot
sense.
of people who are off this guy that I'm about to draft, and I have let it kind of get to my head a little bit and made me think like, oh man, do I not believe what I saw?
Right.
No, I believe there's big talent with Michael Carter. I know that he was a fourth round selection, but when you look at what the Jets have said about him as a franchise, they're so excited about Michael Carter,
Yeah.
and for good reason. This is a guy who dominated in a backfield with Javonte Williams. They both had amazing years, but Michael Carter wasn't like 1B. They were both 1A. And
Oh,
man,
yeah.
I believe in the future of the Jets. So
Yeah, I
um,
completely agree. Have you seen the Instagram video when he walks up to the camera? He goes, "Hi, I'm Michael Carter back." Like
no,
that's what he calls himself.
Carter back?
Yeah,
That's funny.
which I think is absolutely hilarious. And you know what? Just to touch on Michael Carter, I was actually going to take either Trey Sermon or Michael Carter at first, but then I looked at my team and I was like, well, I have my youth.
Yeah,
Maybe I can solidify. I want an even balance of veterans and youth right now because everyone here is
totally.
under 2 years right now.
Yeah,
Chris Carson is my oldest guy, which I'm okay with. So I
yeah.
think it's great value there for Chris Carson in the sixth round.
Personally, we just see it differently. Like, I don't want to take Carson because he's only got 1 year guaranteed, right? I think there's an opt out after this year.
Yeah.
So, he's a guy that gets injured a lot, but there's value because you could still win this year with him, right?
Yeah.
It just worries me a little bit personally. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people in the dynasty world who are going to tell you not to draft Michael Carter. I'm not that person. Um, I see upside. I like where the Jets are projected to go. I like Zach Wilson. I like the coaching staff. I like the changes. It's a complete redo, and this is something that we've been talking about on the podcast, Badaki. Let's stop with the, I guess, bashing of the Jets. Give them a chance
Oh
to
yeah.
be a new franchise.
A hundred
Like, this is
percent.
a team that has big future potential with the young stud and Zach Wilson. And Michael Carter is only part of that, but I'm excited about his future, and I'm excited about the way that this offense could look,
Yeah.
especially with another guy, Elijah Moore, which will go off the board at some point. Not this early, but
Yeah.
there's so much talent on this team now, and it's up to whether you believe that Robert Saleh and this coaching staff can develop them. Because if you believe that, then there's no reason not to take Michael Carter, because
Yeah.
I think he's a talented guy. A lot of people don't. I do think he is.
Yeah. I completely agree. I love the New York Football Jets. Nah, the New York Jets, not the New York Football Jets.
The New York Football Jets.
I
This is
love
a
the
Giants
Jets.
fan here, just putting some respect on the Jets.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 20 people watching the live stream. Appreciate you guys so much. We have a goal to get this video to 20 likes. So if you can drop a like on this video, that would mean a lot to your boys.
Just need 5 more.
And
That's huge.
subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would mean a lot to us. We got a lot of great content coming this offseason.
Yeah.
Um,
We're extremely
by
excited.
the way, if you want to join these mock drafts in the future, super easy. A link in our bot in the description of this video. It's the solo.to link. That link will take you to our Discord. Just join the Discord and you'll get the notifications to join us in these mocks. Rodgers goes at the 6'8". Let's talk about James Robinson at 6'6", though.
I don't see
A lot
it.
of players on the board still.
Look, I don't see it. You can play this scenario. This is the scenario that I can see happening. Where does James Robinson go where he can have a starting job? Because if you do draft James Robinson and you believe that he is talented and he is going to get traded or,
It just doesn't make sense, though. You know why? The way the modern NFL is set up doesn't value running backs really at all, unless you're like elite, like 1% elite. So a guy like James Robinson, with all due respect, he's a great talent, but there's no team that's going to be trading like big assets for him where they could find a guy similar, again, not like James Robinson, but similar in the fourth round onwards in every draft. There
Right.
are always players that you can find in drafts to replace running backs. People aren't going to spend trade value on a running back. It's
Right.
just not going to happen.
Look,
So James Robinson's value needs to be baked into that.
it does. It does. I hear you. I just think that if he does, you can get a second round draft pick or a second or third round. You can give up your second or third round with the knowledge of what James Robinson can do. He finished as the top 8 running back last year. I think there's a possibility that he could go to a team. The first team that comes to mind where people aren't really working out and they need a bigger back are the Buffalo Bills. I'm not saying that this is where he should
Ooh,
go.
that's a good convo because Zach Moss. Some people believe in Zach Moss.
Yeah, and I've been hearing the talk in the Twitterverse and everything. I'm more intrigued of Zach Moss this year
Okay.
coming in. I think I'm willing to take a chance on him. Not that I'm excited about it. I'm going to, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Someone said, Kieran, what's up, my guy? Welcome to the stream.
What's up, brother?
Dexton said someone needs to draft Amon-Ra St. Brown. Promise you that he will be drafted in this mock. But
Yeah.
let's keep that on the low low.
I think he
He
said on a scale of 1 to 10, where is Amon-Ra St. Brown?
That was someone in our Discord said that.
Oh, really? Well, Dexton said it on the chat here. If you look higher, like above Karina's, I think we missed it.
He did. Okay, well,
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's a hard question to answer, though. On a scale of 1 to 10, where's Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like, potential?
Yeah.
I don't know, like 1 to 10 based off of what? You know what I mean? It's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
We will talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown when he's picked. Damn it. Okay. Well, that just sucks. Well,
Well, yeah. It happens,
it happens. Okay, well,
Oh, yeah. As you make that pick, Nitty, ATL is the best spot for Robinson. Look, I hear you. That's not a bad spot either. Mike Davis. But I'm really big on
Javion.
Javion Hawkins. I think he's talented. I mean, I think he definitely plays a role play there. He has a role there right now, so
I look at my team and there's youth everywhere, right? So I'm going to grab a guy who is a veteran who has been a big talking point in the 7.9 range here, 7th round, Julio Jones. The only reason I feel comfortable doing this early is because I already have youth all over my team. My last 4 picks before that is just straight youth. Etienne, Pitts, Devonta Smith, Michael Carter. Let's get a veteran in there. And, someone actually commented on our recent Dynasty mock draft that we did. And they said, hey, they're talking about my strategy, which you can see that, the Dynasty mock draft we did before this on our YouTube page. And I took Najee Harris at the 12 and then Russell Wilson. They said, hey, you should have gone 100% youth and got Trevor Lawrence instead of Russell Wilson. There's a common misunderstanding, I believe, that you have to either go youth, win now. Those are your 2 options. I feel like you're in the best spot if you have a combination of good youth and good veteran players.
yeah.
You don't want to be completely reliant on all your rookies and like upcoming guys, because what if those rookies just don't pan out? You need some veterans to be staples of your team in case a rookie doesn't pan out. If you go purely rookies, purely upside, you might not ever be in a position to win. If you go purely just veterans, win now mode, then you will obviously, be good the first year. But we got some questions in the chat. Nitty says Atlanta's the best spot for Robinson. Oh yeah, you chatted about that. That's a decent spot, but again, I just don't think that Atlanta would give up trade value for Robinson. I don't think anyone's gonna view him, and give up trade value.
I'm on the clock here.
You can see Badaki looking at Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I want Cooper Kupp, but my ranking says Cooper Kupp, but my heart is telling me Rashad Bateman, and what I play with my heart, and I'm going to take Bateman here. I believe in the upside. I love Rashad. Cooper Kupp is tremendously talented, and he is value. And if you do get Cooper Kupp, that's amazing. But I have my year two wide receivers that I'm happy in. Maybe I'll go with my real rookie
Okay.
in the wide receiver position.
All
Big
right. So
Lenny.
you took Bateman. Now I'm on the board here,
Yeah.
and I've got a choice between some veterans and some youth. So what should I do here? Um,
Oh,
yeah, it's either Cooper Cup or my guys that I like that are young. I'm gonna
yeah.
go with Rondell Moore here.
Makes sense. See,
Get another young
it
piece.
gets hard. Like it gets here now. You hope for upside players. You want to take the Cooper Cups
Yes.
because you know what he can bring. But how long does Cooper Cup have? You
I
know.
think my thought process there is, man, if I take Cooper Cup, what if I miss out on Rondell Moore? That's a thought process I have in thinking about a dynasty league.
Yeah.
We have a question from Big Lenny in the chat. He said, I traded up in my dynasty mock, in dynasty, and took Akers over Najee, gave up a seventh round pick. Is that a mistake?
Look.
We're probably both gonna say yeah. Well,
It,
we just want to be honest when people ask us questions, right? So
yeah.
we personally probably wouldn't have done that. A seventh round pick, you're seeing all the guys go off the board in the seventh round right now. Very valuable assets. And I think we will both have Najee Harris ranked over Akers in a dynasty startup.
Yeah. And I think that this is where it's hard for me. It does lean on the side where you gave up too much, in my opinion, or you shouldn't have done that. Najee is my, you know, running back 5, and Cam Akers is my running back 6.
Mhm.
They're back to back, so is it really that much value, or like did you really give up that much? No, my fiance is vacuuming, so makes sense. But
No, so here's the thing though, right? Like, yeah, you actually gave up a lot though. A seventh round pick in a dynasty startup is a super valuable pick, man. Look at all the players still on the board. Um, Personally, yeah, I would have been happy with Akers or Najee if they were to fall to me. I wouldn't have given up a seventh round pick. And again, like, we're only going to give you advice that we really believe in. We don't ever want to just tell someone, oh, just hype them up. We want to help you out. So hopefully you understand. But yeah, personally, we wouldn't have done that. 10 would be like a Hall of Famer, and 1 would be Deshaun Kaiser. Okay, so he's talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown.
talent wise, what type
Okay.
of talent do you see in him?
Potential wise, I see him as like a 6 to 7. You know who I kind of see like a role that he could develop into, and this is probably disrespectful to the player. Um, isn't it great when names just blank in your head?
Yeah,
Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman. Like he could have that kind of impact for a team. Slot guy who can kind of move all over the field, be a target that a quarterback can rely on. So like his upside is like, an 8 out of 10, but more realistic is probably a 6 out of 10. I hope that helps because it's really hard question to answer. um, so Kieran's in the chat. He said Dynasty is so different. Is it worth jumping into a Dynasty league this year? Yeah, man. Dynasty is really fun.
Yeah.
You got to be in a place where people are committed. When you join a dynasty league, it's a 5-year commitment. So I would say if you're gonna do dynasty, make sure you're with people who are committed to it, not people who after the first year they're not doing well and they just stop playing. But it's a really really fun way to play, building a dynasty, building a team of your own. What's up, Tommy? Welcome to the live stream. Dexon said, "Yo." Nitty said, "Do you do cash payout dynasty startup with viewers?" We are announcing Dynasty Leagues next week.
Yep.
So subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. There will be a Patreon tier that you can sign up to where you can join us in a follower Dynasty League. It's something that we've had a ton of people ask about.
Yeah.
And we're pretty excited to announce it, right, Padaki?
Yeah. Patreon.com/Fantasyland fam. You can join the league there if you want the Dynasty League and our redraft leagues. So check that out on the gold tier. And like I said, we are going to be launching the Dynasty within the week or two. So watch out for the details there. And if you want to just support the show, if you want to, unlock our rankings, get an extra podcast episode, check out those tiers there is the best way to support the show.
Yeah, for sure. Patreon.com/Fantasyland fam. Again, we are announcing Dynasty Leagues next week. Subscribe if you're not subscribed so you don't miss out to it because obviously, it's going to fill up quick and however many people are interested is how many leagues we're gonna do. Really, at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, my fiance just came in. She got really excited because she just got an interview for the Iconic, which is pretty cool.
Hey, that's
Um,
sick.
so she was really excited about that. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Can we give a Ellen? Ellen's the name. You want to shout out Ellen in the chat? Anyone
yeah,
for
shout
the
out to
job
Ellen. Shout
interview?
out to Ellen and shout out to Blaze.
Oh,
If you guys don't
Blazy!
know the Iconic, I mean, she's my fiance is a
She's
graphic
growing
designer.
quick.
Yeah, bro, you need to get here because you're gonna miss the cute little puppy stage.
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay, go back.
She's a cutie. Um, Yep. Someone said, "Let's go, Ellen," in the chat. The boys are
Huge.
representing boys and girls. Boys and girls.
Yeah, bro.
Um,
That's,
we will be grading afterwards. Yes.
yeah, always.
We will be giving out draft grades. And you know what? At my next pick, we're going to switch it to 30 seconds on the clock, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's kind of go through the board. Daniel Jones off in the eighth. This is what look as a Giants fan and as somebody that does believe in Daniel Jones. I'm looking for him. I'm looking at him as my QB too, and him in the eighth round. That's something that someone I would take there. I think that's great value. Chalk, Coop, Chase. You know, Ramondre Stevenson goes in the ninth. That's interesting there. Zach Moss in the ninth. Cole Kmet, your guy, your biggest tight end sleeper there.
Oh, did Komet go off the board already?
Yeah, man. People listening.
Damn it.
Cold world listening.
Whole world. Yeah, and I will openly say that I messed up on the quarterback position here. Like, I should have taken a quarterback way too early. I was like, oh, Tua's going to fall to me. Oh, I'll get Daniel Jones. Oh, I'll get Tom Brady. And I just keep getting sniped left, right, and center.
Yeah. I personally didn't think anyone was going to take Daniel Jones in the eighth, so I was actually going to take him after Bateman. I was like, nah, I'm gonna take the chance.
YOLO. YOLO. I'm going to keep getting some young talent. And
You took him
whatever
anyway.
quarterback falls to me, I'm just okay to know that, like, damn, I messed up at the quarterback position in this mock.
Yeah.
We are grading afterwards. Nitty said, yeah, I subbed. I would definitely want to join the Dynasty. Hell yeah. We are announcing how you can join our Dynasty Leagues next week. Make sure you're checking out the live streams, the podcast on social media. Again, the link in the description, solo link, is where you can find all of our social media and everything that we do. If you're following us anywhere, you're going to see how to join a Dynasty League with us. But
Yeah.
just join the live streams as well, and we're going to tell you how you can do that.
Blaze
But
dynamic.
it will be through Patreon. Again, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. That is how you're going to be able to sign up and join our Dynasty Leagues. Paul had a comment that made me literally laugh out loud. You guys should have your fiance/wives mock with us sometimes. Could you imagine Karina and Ellen
Bro,
just mocking?
I'm trying to get Ellen to like
You know what
get
we
into
should
it.
do, bro, is we should have Ellen and Karina mock for us. And then we just like
That would
oh
be
my
that would
God.
be interesting because they'll probably just go off of names. Oh, this guy looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'd be really funny.
That's so
Someone
funny.
said shout out to Ellen. Thank you, Tommy. Shout out to Badaki's fiance Ellen for the job interview. Ellen and Blaze, dynamic duo.
I love that.
And then someone said no donation feature. We do actually have an opportunity to donate. In the description of this video, you'll see a link to tip us. It's the Stream Elements link, and that is how you can actually tip your boys if you want to. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
No pressure too, though. But
Yeah, no pressure, but that's awesome. Oh, I'm back on the clock. Sheesh. Okay.
by the way, we hit 20 likes on this live stream.
Oh,
that was
really?
a goal of ours.
Oh,
I didn't know
bro.
if we could actually do that. So
That's
shout out to
huge.
you guys. That means a lot to us for real. You're on the clock here.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see who I should actually take. You know what? I might go. Oh, are you kidding? Kirk Cousins just. Oh my gosh. I might as well just go for more depth in my running back position. I might go, Brother Davis.
Okay. Do
Maybe
it.
no Davis or Damian Harris. Let me look at my rankings.
Gotta be Damien, bro. Long term.
Yeah, 31, 100%.
I mean, I'm just helping you out right now.
100%. I just want to double check my rankings. Damian Harris and Mike Davis are technically back to back for me, so it had to be Damian Harris according to my rankings. I'm pumped about
All right.
that.
I need another quarterback, so I'm taking Mac Jones. I think that's actually pretty good value in the 10th. You know, a guy who's going to be with Bill Belichick. Hopefully, will have the starting job by mid-year. Yeah, I'm happy with the value there.
Shout out to
Big
Nitty.
shout out to the 18 people watching. Oh, we just got a subscriber.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nitty Belafonte. What's up, my G? Welcome to the Fantasyland fam. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, guys. It means a lot to us. We're growing this channel. We've seen so much growth in this community, even in the last 2 months. It's been really cool to see.
Yeah.
We got big plans for the Fantasyland fam, which is you. And we're excited. Again, we got redraft leagues that you can join. We got dynasty leagues that you can join starting next week. And it's going to be really fun, man, to play in all these leagues with people. Just so you know, you're playing in a league with us. We're not just putting you in a league and just, hey, thanks for signing up and paying money to support us. No, we're going to be in the league active with you, running the leagues. We're going to have a real big hand in what happens with all of those leagues. So
yeah, we're pretty pumped about that. You know, you're gonna get an exclusive Discord chat where only the league's in there. You can talk about trades. You can message us, Zach and Badaki personally, and just have some fun. You know, talk about football throughout the week. And man, we actually cannot wait. How many days? Hey Siri, how many days until September 9th?
You'll need to unlock your
Oh my goodness! It just
how many days is it?
Well, Siri said that I need to unlock my phone first. How many days until September 9th? 91 days, boys.
Yep, 91 days.
That's crazy. Cold world. Jack, I think I have a sleeper pick coming, but this might be bad. Okay. I'm interested to see what happens. Let us know. I'm actually really excited.
All right, just pinned a message, which is basically how people could join leagues with us this year.
Okay, awesome.
So I know that's a question that we get quite often.
Hey, that's it.
We just got a tip.
CMC 101.
We've never gotten a tip on a live stream before.
No, that's awesome.
That was awesome. Hey, whoever tipped us, thank you so much. It said CMC at the 1.1. That might have been Kieran. If it was Kieran, thanks so much. That's awesome. We've actually never gotten a tip on a live stream before, Badaki.
Nah, that's huge. I wish I can go back and see it. Oh, that's kind of annoying that it doesn't come up on the bottom right, like in our chat feature. But that's awesome.
I don't know why that's like so cool, but that's never happened ever. So appreciate you, Kieran.
I can actually.
If that was, I believe it was Kieran. But thanks, man. That means more than you know. Hey, yeah, it was Kieran. Shout out to you, man. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Again, guys, if you're watching, we got a really cool community that we're building. Really cool people that we've been able to build some connections with. Subscribe, man.
Yeah.
Don't miss out. We got a lot of cool things coming. Drop a like on this video. I can't believe we hit 20 likes on this video. That means so much to us. We've been grinding for so long, and it's just cool to see people liking the content. You know, like it's
100%.
It's just awesome to see. Okay, so Henry Ruggs goes at the 11-1.
Yeah,
a guy I was definitely wanting to come back around to me.
I wonder if that was a sleeper that Jack wanted, or was it Javion Hawkins? Because Javion Hawkins, interesting.
Yeah, he just commented in the live stream. He
Henry
said
and Javion.
Henry Ruggs and Javion, both great picks at that point, because next year Javion could step in as a starter if they don't draft anyone else in Atlanta. Henry Huggs, as Badaki called him once, still great value pick there. I really like both of those picks.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll quickly say though about Cole Kmet at the 9.6. I think you may have reached a little bit. That would have made him the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th tight end off the board. He is my tight end 9 in Dynasty,
Ooh,
so it makes sense.
Just there for you.
It makes sense that he would go as the tight end 9, but I don't think that's consensus for everyone else. So when you're mocking, unless you're going to do it, when you're drafting, unless you're going to draft with our community in these Dynasty leagues, just know that you could probably get Cole Kmet around later.
Yeah, potentially.
Not everyone is as high on him as I am. I mean, you go to a site like Fantasy Pros, and they're nowhere near as high as me. I know a lot of people use that, that site. So just know that you could probably have waited maybe around more. Fantasyland Football's biggest fan. You see that in the chat?
Oh
Someone
no,
made an account called Fantasyland Football's biggest fan.
bruh, I love that.
That is hilarious. Hello there. I'm
You-
actually let's give this guy a subscribe back. That's hilarious. Uh,
that's
how
funny.
you doing? Good, man. Thanks for creating the account. I don't know who you are, but shout out to you. That's really funny.
It'd be funny if
Um,
that's Dexon. That'd be really
Imagine
funny.
it's either Dexon or someone's trolling us, or someone just really likes the content. Either way, it's hilarious. I love
Yeah.
it. Jack said I may have another sleeper coming, but I think Badaki's going to take him.
Actually,
Tommy said next pick I got to get a player from my school. Tommy, where do you go school again? I think it's somewhere in the Northeast, but I can't remember specifically. Remind us where you go to school. Fantasyland Football's biggest fan said, "What? Hey man, there's a community growing. Whether someone's trolling or they're being for real, there's a community growing."
You're on the clock here, by the way.
Oh shoot, I am on the clock. It's not even like a question for me. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we can finally talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown. Big talent. Again, at worst, he's a good role player that I could start on certain weeks. At best, he turns into a Julian Edelman type role for that team and plays a big part each week. So I'm happy to get a guy like that so late. And I've got insane rookie depth on my team. Amon-Ra, Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Michael Carter, Travis Etienne, Kyle Pitts. I am very well building for the future. I need to get some more veterans. Mac Jones as well. I need to get some more veterans on this team to kind of give me a little bit more security going forward.
Yeah. You had the whole rookie class. That's funny, bro.
I know. It's this is actually how I tend okay, Fantasyland Football's biggest fan, subscribe to the channel.
That's funny. It's just bants, isn't it? It's just funny.
Anyway, I do have a lot of rookies. You're right. And in this strategy, I'm leaning a little bit more towards upside than security. But there's still a ton of guys on the board that are veterans that I feel like could help my team out. But yeah, I tend, I'm a guy in Dynasty who tends to lean rookies over, veteran players. Jack said that was one of them, Badaki. I have another though. So he's got another sleeper up his sleeve. Let's see if it falls to him.
Yeah.
Dexon's hyped about Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is hilarious. Are you a Lions fan, Dexon, by chance?
Yeah.
Jared Garf.
Yeah, I didn't know who else to take. Really, there is one other person I'm not going to say because I might take him as my QB3 to get depth at that position. But I needed a quarterback. Am I excited about Jared Goff? No, but I do have Travis Etienne. I do have Trevor Lawrence as a future there, which I'd rather take a chance with.
Okay. You know what we need to do? Sorry, we need to pause the draft and change it to 30 seconds. Okay. Just so we don't make this video like 39 hours long.
Yeah, Dexon is a Lions and Saints fan. How do you feel?
Nice.
How do you, Dexon? Then, if you're a Saints fan, I want to know, who do you like as quarterback? Who would you prefer as a Saints fan? Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston? I think that's really interesting.
Please, I want it to be Jameis Winston. Just let us see what he's got. Let us see how he's improved. Don't just toy with us. Just make it Jameis. I went with Jameis there, by the way.
Yeah,
just needed another quarterback, another guy I could rely on.
That was a guy that I was hoping, but I do have one.
Okay.
I do have one other guy. That can come to me on the turn here, so we'll see.
Hey, big shout out to the 19 people watching the stream. Appreciate you guys. It means a lot for you to support us in this way. Drop a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. That's a super easy way to support us, to help us to continue to grow this community. If you want to join mocks just like this, there's a link in our bio. It's the solo link, in the description of this video. It's the solo.to/fantasylandfootball link. Join our Discord there, and you'll always get the notifications to join. And then when you join, we'll be able to grade your mock after you mock with us. Again, we are going to have a Dynasty leagues announced, follower leagues announced next week.
Yeah,
so.
I'm actually really pumped about that, and we definitely need to talk about the kinks and how that works because Dynasty is pretty huge commitment there for everyone.
Massive commitment.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Just know if you guys join the Dynasty League, you got to be committed. You can't stop. He said Jameis because did you see his play in the playoffs? Right. That one play he came in and threw a touchdown for. Do you remember that?
I'm pretty sure it was like a flea flicker or something, and then But yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Jameis is somebody that I'm targeting as my QB3 purely because the upside there is tremendous. The 30 for 30 is just crazy. If I didn't throw them 30 interceptions, I'll be a great quarterback. Do you know that?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
All right, Jack took Adam Troutman.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That was the sleeper he was waiting for. Antonio Brown. I will say, Jack, I love the Troutman pick. Because that's watch our latest YouTube video. We talk about 4 sleeper tight ends. Komet's on there. Troutman's on there. A couple others. I can't remember off the top of my head. The AB pick, though, at the 13-1. This is probably Brown's last year in the NFL. So I'm not a fan of that pick personally, but I like the Troutman pick.
Yeah, Adam Troutman, that's the guy. He's the future there. Great opportunity. No doubt about it. Especially with Jameis. Ooh, imagine I could have got Jameis and Troutman on the turn there. That would be crazy. When's the next stream? At the moment, next Monday. We do mock drafts every Monday and Wednesday. I think we might be going.
Yeah, let us know if we should do more. If you're watching this later and just comment, or if you're watching this now, if we should do more live streams, let us know.
I think it comes to the point where we wish we could do it every day. Or we want to do it every day, but it probably gets boring and it's oh well, we mock 4 times a week already, so we don't want to do that again. Same teams, blah blah blah. So we'll try to space it out, but as we get closer to the season, we're gonna have more podcasts, we're gonna have more YouTube videos up every day. We're gonna have more mock drafts happening, getting closer and closer to the seasons. So stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. Daniel said, yes, do more mocks like these. These are very fun. That's awesome. Kieran said AB was out for a bit. He's got too much pride to retire. That's true. I just don't think I agree he's got too much pride to retire, but there's going to be a point where his options are already so limited. It's the Bucks or no one. No one else was going to sign AB in the offseason.
Yeah.
It's not like they got him for a steal. No one else wanted to sign Antonio Brown. Just could be a legal issue at any second. So, I just feel like his options will be limited. And there's a lot of young talent in Tampa Bay with Jalen Darden. Even Johnson last year, he started to take off. So, we got some people commenting. I'm trying to keep up with it. Paulie D said, do y'all think you'll be able to do a Superflex redraft mock anytime? Spice it up a little bit. We might be able to. It's just hard because we want to be able to do mocks that everyone's interested in, that wants to be a part of.
Man. You're on the clock.
But a lot of these Superflex, redraft Superflex, a lot of people aren't really on board with it. So it makes it hard to do a live stream with. I'm just gonna take David Johnson and just punting this selection. Just get a little bit of depth at the position for this year. I know it's not a great dynasty pick, but I'm okay to just kind of get a guy that I think could help me. Yeah. And there's a ton of wide receivers I still like. So
the guy that I wanted there was Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I don't really have anyone that I'm excited about. So I actually just might go longer. I might go Kyle Trask here. I probably could take him even later, to be honest, but panic pick.
Yeah. So it's Toxic said in the chat, what do you guys plan on doing when the season starts? We started Fantasyland football 8 months ago, so we started it right when the last season began.
Yeah.
And we do, in mid-season, we do 5 podcasts a week. One of them is a bonus episode, which you unlock when you subscribe, when you support us on Patreon. We'll be doing a ton of content covering, who you should start,
What?
who you should start, who you should sit. We're gonna be doing trade content, who you should trade for, waiver wires, who to pick up, covering all the basic content that you really need. Badaki, you're on the clock. And something that we're really excited about as well is we're going to be doing a live stream for Sunday Night Football every week.
Bro,
we're really hyped about it. We got some
it.
really cool plans, maybe doing some giveaways. We're going to be watching the Sunday Night Football game with you. I mean, if you got no one to watch it with, now you do. You got us and this whole community to kind of watch that game with. Talk It Up is what it's going to be called. Talk It Up. We're still branding it, but tell us why people should be excited for it, Badaki.
Yeah, like Zach said, we're just gonna be going live every Sunday night. Some maybe potentially Thursdays. Who knows yet? We still haven't finalized the details, but we're gonna be going live every Sunday night. We're gonna be talking about the games that have happened throughout the day, and we're gonna be talking about and gearing you up for the next week after as well. Talking about all the guys that the straight cash just trash kind of segment we might have there, where we talk about all the guys that kind of went off throughout the week and people that busted that week, who you should start the week after. It's kind of going to be, everything that we do in our podcast throughout the week in one show, but with other things, with other cool segments, other fun little things where we kind of make fun of people.
Bands, man.
Yeah, it's just going to be fun. A place where you can come hang out and do that. So we're excited about that.
What's up, Sargood, mate? One of the best Call of Duty players you'll find. He said you're killing it. Big love.
Yeah,
Shout
absolutely.
Out to you, my guy.
If you guys love Call of Duty, go follow So Good, mate. Twitch.
Yeah, 100% on Twitch. Lavi said, what about half PPR mock? Yeah, we can ask the community if people are down to try half PPR. We always play PPR because we think it's the funnest way to play. But if there's a bunch of people who want to try half PPR, we can definitely do that. What's your guys' favorite teams? Where are you guys from? My favorite team is the Washington football team. Badaki's favorite team is the New York Football Giants.
That's right, baby.
We are both from America. I lived in Kansas City. Badaki lived in New York. But right now we're both living in Sydney, Australia. Our families are here. We've got some family here, and it's just a really nice place to live during the pandemic. You don't wear a mask wherever you go. It's literally like life before the pandemic. So it's really nice to live here. Obviously, our plans are to be back in the U.S. when we can do this full time. But that's going to take a while to grow the community, to grow, the Fantasyland brand to a point where we can actually do it full time. But Patreon's a real, reason why we think we could do that at some point. People just enjoying the content and supporting. Kieran said, will you live stream all of your actual drafts? We have a Dynasty SuperFlex startup draft soon. Should we live stream that? Let us know. Because Badaki's going to be in Newcastle. Yeah. He's going to be away.
I'm going to be away.
I will be here. I just need to figure out how to actually
Zach can
do a live stream.
Yeah, if you want to see one of our live drafts, the problem is that what's so hard about living in different countries is the time change. So we're trying to accommodate for not just Australia, not just America, but England, Canada. We have somebody in Canada? Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, like we're trying to accommodate for all these different countries because all the people in our league is all around the world. So
all around the world,
yeah,
people want to be loved.
We just don't know if you guys are gonna. We just don't know if you guys are gonna be up at that time.
Here's the deal, though. It's keep talking. I'm gonna try and find out what time it would be US.
Yeah. So that's our problem. We just don't know if everyone is going to be up. If there's going to be anyone. I know we believe people are going to watch it. It's just a time change. We just don't know if anyone is going to be available to watch it.
Our Dynasty Startup Draft, which is this Saturday, starts Sydney time. Well, you don't need to know Sydney time. Sorry, sometimes I'm a little bit stupid. So it starts at 9 a.m. New York time. That's not bad. 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Let us know, should we live stream it? Because if you watch, we will live stream it. We just didn't know anyone would be interested in watching. So if you're interested, watch it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed so you don't miss out on it. But just, let us know if we should do that. Will you do rankings each week? Yes, we will have our rankings updated each week. Right now, they're updated every first of the month.
Yeah.
But we have PPR redraft
You're on the clock,
rankings.
by the
We
way.
have Dynasty. We have rookie only rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all updated. They will be updated weekly during the season, and right now during the offseason, they're updated every month. I'm gonna take another guy who I think can just add depth. Naeem Hines. I think this is a guy who could, he could go to any team and be like a third down back. So
Yeah.
there's a future for him as a role player.
Yeah, I saw you Jack there too. You took Russell Gage. I love Russell Gage. Huge sleeper there in my personal opinion. Hopefully, now that Julio's gone.
Dexon said tomorrow is the last day of school, so you will probably get a lot more popular.
Oh,
Hey,
interesting. Hey, that's another thing. We have people here watching. If you are still in high school, if you don't mind, I mean, we would like to know if you are. You don't have to tell us what grade or how old you are, whatever the case may be.
you
But
don't have to give us your address. And,
yeah,
like, your social security
we just know that a lot of our viewers and listeners are still in high school. So
Yeah, which is
if
sick.
we can kind of just gauge that and let us know, like if you guys still are, if you're not,
You guys
That'd be
like
awesome.
TikTok? We're relevant. You guys are on TikTok, right?
we're not that old. I mean, I mean,
I'm
my high school
27.
reunion, my high school
Jesus.
reunion was this year, so it's been 10 years since I graduated high school.
But you
which
know
is
what?
crazy.
In the fantasy community, there's a ton of old people. So I feel like we're young in the fantasy community.
Yeah, it's true.
We are young, but we are strong, right? It's toxic. Says very cool. I threw a nice alley oop there. Yes, you did. It's toxic. You definitely threw us an opportunity to plug. Dexon said Australia fancy. Where did you guys meet? We actually met here in Australia. We went to college together. You got 2 seconds left to make a
Oh
pick,
my
and
gosh.
you're auto picked.
GG's. Philip Lindsay.
Philip
Wow.
Lindsay.
Love the depth.
Wow, Philip Lindsay. Shut up. No way. I'm looking at the board. I'm just gonna take a guy again. I see upside in and Brevin Jordan.
Yeah.
That's a guy that would go on my taxi squad.
Yeah, it's all upside from here.
Where'd you guys meet? We met in Sydney. We both went to college here, and then we met in college, and we've been, really great mates ever since then.
Yeah.
We lived in the same house for like almost 5 years, and that house is just a bunch of bants. So that's where we met here in Sydney. I'm gonna try and get with all these questions because there's a lot, which is awesome. I love that we're all here.
Yeah.
Is fantasy football a thing in Australia? It is, but not as much as the U.S. Not even close. I think most of our listenership on our podcast and most of our subscribers and followers on social media and stuff, I think it's like 91% USA.
Yeah.
The rest is like, for some reason, we have a massive following on our podcast from India, which is our second biggest listenership, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Guys, 22 likes on this live stream. That's dope. You guys are killing it. Honestly, I did not expect us to hit that. Like I said, we wanted 20 likes, but I didn't expect us to actually hit it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Drop a like if you want to, support us if you haven't yet, and subscribe if you like the content. Daniel said he'd watch our Dynasty Startup. Another person, Paulie, said we should live stream it. Daniel's still in high school. Jack's still in high school. How old are you guys, Zach and Badaki? I am 27. Badaki, you're like 38.
Yeah, nearly 40. I'm 27 as well. My birthday is actually in a month's time, July 7th. 7-7. Shout out to 7-7 there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm the youngest fantasy football fan I know. Dexon, how old are you then if you're the youngest? Well, I guess is that legal to ask
I mean,
kids how old they are?
I'm
live stream?
I'm
I don't
not
know,
really
man.
sure. If anyone watched this, we're not asking
YouTube
for the
don't
wrong
flag it. This is one of our
purposes,
best live
please.
streams. Nitty says, how much is it to join the Dynasty on Saturday? So the Dynasty League on Saturday is a startup that we're doing just with like our personal close friends.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing Dynasty startups with our community, our followers, and everyone's on the live streams and Discord, Instagram, whatever, TikTok. All the people who follow us, we're going to open up a Dynasty League that will be opened up next week for you to sign up. Just make sure you're on the live streams. We're gonna plug it away. Be on the live streams. Be on Instagram, TikTok, Discord. Discord's actually the best place for information.
Yeah.
Again, the link in our description will take you there. But when you join any of our leagues, you're essentially just paying like a price per month. It'll probably be like $5 to $10 per month. And you're doing two things. You're supporting us, but you're also paying your way to play in the league. And then you get a bunch of exclusives like exclusive Discord chats. You get a bonus episode from us, our rankings, obviously, unlimited advice for your other leagues. So you get a lot of value on that. But most importantly, you're just supporting our dream to make this a full-time gig for us at some point. We love doing it. Is NFL on in pubs, or do you have to ask for it? So we have learned just never to go to a sports pub here if you want to watch NFL, because it's this stupid, like, no offense to anyone in Australia, but it's footy and it's just super boring to watch. And maybe it would be awesome if I grew up on it, but we actually get up at 3 a.m. on Monday mornings, because that's when the first Sunday AM games start in Australia, and we get up 3 a.m. and then we're going to do live streams. We're going to watch it throughout the day.
Monday's going to be exhausting. It's going to be like our biggest day. We wake up at 3 o'clock.
Monday's going to be crazy, but we're going to be grinding for you guys.
We're going to watch. We're going to watch the games. We're going to go live on YouTube with our show. We're going to record We're going to record 2 podcasts on that day. It's going to be a long day, but like that's all for you, honestly. So
yeah, and it's what we want to do. So it's not like we're like, oh, I can't believe we have to do this. No, we actually just want to do this for our life. It's just fun. Daniel said, would you like my social security number too? Yes. Please DM us your social security number.
There's no use for that over here, honestly.
You know, my favorite thing to see is like people prank scammers. Have you watched those videos?
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorite videos to watch.
I just got auto-picked. What the heck?
Girly. Turn your auto-pick off. You're freaking
I completely
rookie.
Forgot. It's okay. Towards the end. Maybe we should start doing draft grades.
In middle school. My friends think I'm weird for being obsessed with football. Bro, you got friends here. Don't worry.
Yeah,
you're not weird. We're all obsessed with fantasy football here. Are you guys going to do grades soon? Yes, we should start doing draft grades.
Yeah, we should start doing that.
They are the weird ones for not being obsessed, homie. Yeah, Paulie's right. Salutes through screen.
I'm cultured from my age.
Sorry for my ghost word. You got 15 seconds to make a pick.
Oh my gosh! Again,
23 likes on the live stream. Y'all are crazy, bro.
I'm just gonna take Tyler Wallace.
Subscribe.
Cordell Patterson here. Yeah, we're really excited.
That's not Cordell Patterson.
I mean,
okay.
Cordell Powell. Yeah, we're really excited. Make sure you like, subscribe the video. Sign up to our Patreon if you want to unlock our ratings.
Let's start giving out draft grades. Badaki, pull up the draft board. We're going to do these draft grades. And by the way, at the very end, we're going to leave time for a Q&A. So if you have questions, you want to keep chatting, just stay to the very end. We're going to open up the floor for you to ask any questions. Let's do quick draft grades, 30 seconds or less. We're going to go back and forth between you and I. Let's go. Jack is the first guy. So let me pull up your team here. Jack at the 1-1. Patrick Mahomes, Matt Ryan, Drew Lock are your quarterbacks. Your running backs are DeAndre Swift, Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, Javion Hawkins. Your wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Jerry Jeudy, Deebo Samuel, Henry Huggs, Antonio Brown, Russell Gage, Gabriel Davis, and Van Jefferson. Your tight ends are Mark Andrews and Adam Troutman. This is a great team.
Yeah, I like it.
There's not a weakness anywhere. I would say the 2 places that you could improve is your quarterback depth, because Drew Lock, I don't see him as a starter personally, and then your running back depth. Outside of Javion Hawkins, there's not much like security if one of those guys go down and gets injured. But I love your depth at tight end. You've got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, this is a great team. I'm going to give this an A-. The only reason it's not an A+ is because, again, of the depth that I think that you can improve on.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, Tommy, Ryan Tannehill, Derek Carr, and Big Ben as your quarterbacks. CMC, Raheem Mostert, Ramondre Stevenson, Gus Edwards, and Tevin Coleman. Allen Robinson, D-Hop, Kenny G, Juju, Kendrick Bourne, and Michael Gallup. Look, one thing that stands out to me here is your running back depth. It's weak. I know Ramondre Stevenson is a good for a later, someone that's going to be playing on later. Raheem Mostert could lose his job this year. You really don't have a number 2 running back. All you have is CMC, in my opinion. And then Ito Smith, Travis Kelce, and Robert Tonyan.
That's Irv Smith.
Irv Smith. And then your wide receivers. Wide receivers are good. I think that's probably your strongest. Kendrick Bourne, Michael Gallup, irrelevant in my personal opinion. But your top 4 receivers are really strong. I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm trying to cultivate it all in my head.
Let's give a draft grade.
I'm just gonna give it a B minus. I think it's decent.
Okay.
It's decent.
And quick, one sentence how he could improve.
Running back depth.
Yeah. I'll quickly say you reached on some players. So Ryan Tannehill was a reach. Should have grabbed a running back there. Allen Robinson was a reach. Your team would look a lot better without those reaches. All right, team 3. Lannon, what's up, my G? You got Kyler Murray, Carson Wentz, Jordan Love. Your running backs are Nick Chubb, Zeke, Kareem Hunt, AJ Dillon, James Conner, James White. There's good depth at the running back position, kind of. I'll explain. Wide receivers, Keenan Allen, Michael Thomas, Jalen Waddle, Jarvis Landry, Amari Rodgers, Nelson Aguilar, T.Y. Hilton. Your tight ends are Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz. So there's a couple issues I have with the team. Okay, your 4 running backs that you picked first, I like that squad. I don't see any point of drafting James Conner in Dynasty personally. Complete avoid for me. Same with James White. I know it's your last pick, so like, what can you do? It was probably just kind of a lull pick. But I think you might need just one more running back that you can rely on as an upside player. I don't think Conner or White's that guy. Your wide receivers are pretty strong. I like the depth, and I like the upside in the rookies. Your quarterbacks are good. Probably your weakest spot is tight end. Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz. Hunter Henry's a little bit injury prone. Zach Ertz, is he going to play this year? Yes. Who with? We don't know. I'm going to give it a B, just a straight B. I think if you had a better tight end, it would be, an A. And then also, there's just a lot of question marks, just not as much security. That's why I have to give it a B.
Yeah.
All right, next team.
King Adams, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Cam Newton. Running backs, Aaron Jones, Trey Sermon, Chase Edmonds, Kenneth Gainwell, Alexander Madison, Calvin Ridley, Devontae Adams, Deontay Johnson, Odell, Curtis Samuel, Will Fuller, Beasley Parker. You have a lot of depth in wide receivers. And your tight end is only Jonnu Smith. I think that's your biggest weakness is your tight end depth. You don't have another tight end. You need to get another tight end there, in my personal opinion. Running back is weak. Trey Sermon, I think Aaron Jones and Trey Sermon are good. Chase Edmonds and everyone else, Alexander Madison. I mean, I get it. He's a handcuff, but he's not going to do anything. And Cam Newton, in my personal opinion, last year for Cam Newton, you lack depth in your main positions in running back and tight ends here, in my personal opinion. I like your wide receiver depth, so I think that's decent. I give it a B minus.
Okay. 7, Eventi, team 5. Herbert, Lance, you go real strong. You've potentially got the best quarterback group. Herbert, Lance, Rodgers, Garoppolo. Your running backs are weak. Javonte Williams, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Elijah Mitchell, Rashad Penny, Bilal Powell. I think that's just a little. Your wide receivers are Godwin, Claypool, Kupp, Tony, Davis, Schwartz. Your tight ends are Kittle and Pat Freiermuth, a.k.a. Pat the Dragon Fire Mouth. So the big issue is obviously your running backs. I love Javonte. I think great upside. I get that you secured the backfield in Buffalo and Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. Personally, I don't think either are talented enough to be the running back of the future there. So I don't think you have an RB2. But on the odd chance, there's a lot of chance that I'm wrong, then you could have, at least some security with Zach Moss and Devin Singletary both. Your wide receivers are good, not great.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens when you take 2 quarterbacks early.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And you take George Kittle early.
Yeah.
So I think you've got X factors on your team. I'm going to give it a B+. I can't give you an A because of the lack of depth at running back and wide receiver.
Yeah, that's a prime example of what happens when you don't go running back in round 2 or 3. Cold World, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Teddy B. Okay. Derrick Henry, Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, Mike Davis, Jamal Williams there, Terry McLaurin, T. Higgins, DJ Chark, Hollywood Brown, Jalen Rager, Zach, I don't even know how to say his name, but you know who he is, Curtis Samuel, and Des Bryant, Hopefully to get Des some value. Cole Kmet and Austin Hooper. Look, Cole Kmet, I think for me is personally early. I wouldn't take him in the ninth. I think you can definitely get him in the 11th, potentially even 12th round. I love you running. I love your quarterbacks. In my personal opinion, I love Lamar and Baker Mayfield, Teddy B. Good role play there. In my personal opinion, running backs are decent. They're older. Derrick Henry. I think you should have went somebody a little bit. You could have had Swifty
that team
there.
would look so much better with Swift or Chubb.
Yeah, you could have one of those guys there. In my personal opinion, but
or even Clyde. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then you also, in my opinion, took Terry over DeAndre Hopkins, which I think we were talking about earlier. But I think your wide receivers are still decent. Chark, I think there's upside coming for him. I don't know how that looks like, but in my personal opinion, I think this is just B flat for me. And
it's actually a note. You know, if you know music, that's a note.
Yeah, that's a note. You know,
B-flat.
And I don't know if you guys know, Zach is a drummer. Just type in Zach Savage on YouTube.
No. No, shut up. Okay. Team 7, Dak Prescott. Daniel Jones, Taysom Hill. Your running backs are J.K. Dobbins, James Robinson, Myles Gaskin, Melvin Gordon, Chuba Hubbard, J.D. McKissick. Your wide receivers are DK Metcalf, Jamar Chase, Adam Thielen, Michael Pittman, Josh Palmer, and John Brown. Tight ends are Darren Waller, Evan Ingram, Eric Ebron. This is a good, solid team. There's not necessarily like a, how do I say this the right way? This team doesn't really scare me, but it's a team that you would probably face each week and you would say, oh, I could probably win, and then you would lose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You've got Dak. Daniel Jones is a solid QB2. Your wide receiver room is great, really strong. Great veterans, great young presence. Obviously, you have Darren Waller. Your tight end room is great as well. Your running backs is the clear weakness, right?
Yeah.
I mean, James Robinson, again, I think I would have taken Sermon, Kareem Hunt over him. I just don't see a way for him to be a starting running back in this league. Teams don't trade for running backs. Anyway, Myles Gaskin is decent. He's a decent guy to have on your bench or flex. I'm going to give you a B+. Can't get into the A. I'm going to give you a B-. Sorry. It's just the running backs are too unreliable for me on a weekly basis.
Okay. All right, Daniel 25, JT, Austin Eckler, Leonard Fournette. That's all your running backs. You need more. You need more, brother. Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Robbie, De'Ami Brown, Brandon Cooks, and Tylan Wallace.
De'Ami, though.
Yeah. Look, I don't mind your wide receivers. I think it's good depth. I think Robbie Anderson, the 10th, I think that's great value there, my personal opinion. And then your quarterback, Zach Wilson, Tua, Tom Brady, Fitz, and Kellen Mond. You got 4 quarterbacks there. Oh, 5 quarterbacks, sorry. You don't need 5 quarterbacks. You could have gotten, another running back. You could have had Chuba Hubbard, David Johnson potentially in one of those picks if you really wanted to. And then you have 3 tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Tommy Tremble, and Joe Everett. Once again, I mean, it's good. I think it's good depth in my personal opinion, but you lack in running backs, and that's huge. All you have is Jonathan Taylor and Austin Eckler there. B-, C+. I think it's good. I think everyone here is good. You can definitely trade a Zach Wilson for some value, a Tua for some value if you really wanted to. That's how I see it. This looks like a good trade team because you have good big pieces.
I'll just say something quickly because I think there's a real easy way to improve this team. I wouldn't have taken Eckler there. I would have taken someone else, like an Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams. Even I don't think Eckler's a guy long term I'm excited about. That's one quick change. The other quick change is you don't need to take Ryan Fitzpatrick in the 13th. You don't need to take Kellen Mond in the 15th. You've got 3 quarterbacks you can rely on. Take a high upside guy there, and your team could look a lot better.
Yeah, he said it in the chat. He's like QB, good trade bait in San Fran, so that makes sense. All right, I'll do your team here. Saquon, Travis Etienne, Michael Carter, David Johnson, and Naeem Hines. Good depth there. I like it. Russell Wilson, Mac Jones, Jameis Winston. I love Jameis Winston as a quarterback too. Mac Jones hopefully starts mid-year. Who knows? Kyle Pitts, Logan Thomas, and Brevin Jordan. Good upside in Brevin Jordan. Logan Thomas, I mean, I'm avoiding him, as you know. Kyle Pitts, I'm also avoiding him technically, but at his ADP. Devonta Smith, Julito Jones. They got the Moore brothers and Rondell and Elijah. Amon St. Brown. Hopefully I said that right. Brian Edwards and Marvin Jones. Look, you have real youth in wide receivers. The only veteran wide receiver you have is Julio. I like Julio. Everyone else,
Marvin.
Everyone else is interesting. I like them, but you don't have veterans. I think there's no mix of veteran and.
Just do me good. Tell me.
That sounded weird. I personally give it a B minus. Okay. I think they've in my personal opinion, all you have is Saquon, Travis Etienne, and Michael Carter. You only have 3 running backs.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Okay. All right, Badaki, I get to do you now. That sounds weird. You're Team 10. You got Najee Harris, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson, Damian Harris, Philip Lindsay, Todd Gurley. You're stupid for taking Philip Lindsay.
Bro, Todd Gurley is a sleeper, man. He will get picked up. It's mental.
Idiot. Your quarterbacks are Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, Kyle Trask. Your wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Bateman, Boyd, Mooney, Eskridge, Powell. Tight ends are Fant and Jarwin. I got some issues with your team. Your quarterbacks are weak.
Yeah.
Jared Goff, he's all right. I kind of wanted him to be a quarterback 3 on my team rather than a quarterback 2.
Yeah, 100%. Feel you.
Your running backs are strong, so I'm comfortable with that. I wouldn't take Carson over some of the other guys on the board, but that's just me. Your wide receiver is, it's top heavy, and then it kind of falls off, in my opinion. I'm going to give you a B minus here.
Okay.
Again, if the quarterbacks were stronger and if there was wide receivers that I could rely on, and I don't know why you took Blake Jarwin personally. I'm not a Blake Jarwin guy. So that's why I'm giving you a B minus.
Yeah.
Let's do Jackson quickly, and then I'll do Team 12.
All right. Cam Akers, Joe Moneybag Mixon, Ronald Jones, Darrell Henderson, and Khalil Herbert. In my personal opinion, you only have 3 running backs. Okay, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Davis Mills. I love this with the expectation of Deshaun Watson coming back. Hopefully, Davis Mills being the future quarterback there. I love that for you. Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, Cortland Sutton, Terrence Marshall, Mike Williams, Mims, Atwell. Interesting. I think you could have taken Brandon Ayuk or Devonta Smith, Michael Thomas, D Hop, Kenny G potentially, Kenny G over these guys, or T Higgins, over DJ Moore. We're not high on DJ Moore. Cortland Sutton, I like there, my personal opinion, and your tight ends, Mike Gesicki, and I don't even know who the first guy, Harris. I don't even know his first name. So you like depth in tight end as well. My personal opinion, I think this is a B, maybe a C plus. I don't like the team. I don't love it. I think your first 4 picks really get me. Then the rest it just really falls off there. I don't like anyone else on your team. That sounds really harsh. I like Mike Gesicki actually. So
yeah, I mean the reality is we're just giving you our honest opinions. Doesn't mean we're right. This is just our thoughts.
I think your team is more like I like players. You could have gotten a lot of better players, like one player over. I probably would have taken, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that helps.
We'll do Team 12 here, Paulie D. Drop any cues because we will do a quick Q&A at the very end. We don't want to make the live stream too long. All right, Paulie. You got Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Kenyon Drake, Tony Pollard, Tariq Cohen, Marlon Mack. You've got great running backs that you can rely on. Your wide receivers are Amari Cooper, Robert Woods, Laviska Shenault, Tyler Lockett, McCole Hardman, Nico Collins, Paris Campbell. By the way, Chenault's a guy that is a really good value there. Your tight ends are TJ Hawkinson, Tyler Higbee. And your quarterbacks, while you didn't go quarterback in the first or second round, you went double quarterback in the 3rd and 4th with Fields and Hurts. It's super hard to draft on these edges. That's actually something that I talk about on our latest podcast that just released, actually. But anyway, to grade your team, I think you've got a solid team all around. There's no glaring weaknesses. You're good at tight end. You're good at wide receiver. You're great at running back. You're good at quarterback, right? So, you're great at one position and then just good at all the others. So I'm gonna give it a B plus. It doesn't hit the A for me,
Okay.
unfortunately, just because I don't really like your picks from 14 onwards. I think you could have gotten more upside with those picks, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna give you a B plus there. Let's pull
Awesome.
back to our faces. By the way, guys, we did just release a podcast. Just type in Fantasyland Football. Any podcast platform in the world, you'll be able to find a podcast we just released, which we are talking about tight ends to avoid this year.
Yeah.
Check it out. And, the links to all those podcast platforms are actually in the description of this video. Let's do a quick Q&A to close this live stream.
Yeah. Quick one,
Stephen
and then
White.
We'll go.
Stephen White said, first Dynasty SuperFlex draft this year. Saquon, Jefferson, Ridley, Chase, DJ Moore, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance. RB2 got to be Kenyon Drake, Michael Carter, or Gainwell. Ingram and Thomas at tight end. How'd I do? So I think you might have just drafted and you're asking us. I will say to start with Saquon, Jefferson, Ridley, Jamar Chase is quite impressive. And I like both of your quarterbacks in Zach Wilson and Trey Lance.
Yeah. I think the running backs fall off, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only guy that we see upside there at this very moment is Michael Carter and potentially Gainwell. Kenyon Drake, we don't see any value there. There's RB2, so it makes sense. Saquon, really, the only running backs you have is Saquon and Michael Carter that you can start right now with confidence that I can say that I would like. So that's my.
I like
opinion.
the upside of this team, so I would personally give it a B plus. But you got to get stronger at running back through trades.
Yeah.
Dexon, I'm just gonna ignore that comment, pretend I didn't see it.
He found it. That's funny. Oh, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to do that, but maybe I did.
Yeah, look, I was a drummer in the past. I'm not going to tell you where to find it.
He was
YouTube.
talented.
Anyway,
he was talented.
Paulie D said, "What do you guys think of Deshaun in Dynasty? Is he just a hold for now? If you are already in a Dynasty league, hold him. Don't trade him. You're not going to get proper trade value in return. And if he does come back, which is the likely scenario, he will be a top 6 quarterback every week for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, it's hard to say, especially with his case. Like something like that, he can be done for the league if everything comes out to be true.
Here's what I'll say though. Okay, this isn't right. This isn't our stance, but it's very rare that a athlete does something wrong and then isn't able to play in that sport. Like that doesn't happen often. We hope that justice is served in that case, whatever that is supposed to look like. But I'm just saying, bet on him being able to play at some point, because we know that people can get what they want if they have money. And that sounds bad, but it's true. I'm sorry. It's just true. So bet on him playing again. He went in the 6th round here. I think that's great value. But again, we really want justice again to be served in that Deshaun Watson case, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Question: could I have that dog?
Yeah, I had Blaze. I don't know if you saw. I had Blaze up here for a quick second. You can definitely buy
pet
it.
that dog?
It's in Australia, man.
Pet that dog?
Jackson with the relentless cover was bussing. Woo! That's clean, boy. Nah, that's all.
Oh, crazy, bro.
That's funny.
Hey, big love to everyone who watched the stream today. Means a lot to us. We love doing this and love that we're building a really cool community. Shout out to everyone. You've all been great. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop a like if you haven't. Thank you for getting us to 20 likes on this stream. That means a ton.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be on the lookout for news about how you can join a Dynasty League. You can already join a redraft league with us. It's the pinned comment, Patreon. Select the gold tier. Would love to play with you this year.
Yeah.
But I know Badaki's got to go on vacation, so we'll probably deuces from here.
Yeah, no. Patreon.com/FantasylandFan, like Zach said. Best way to support the show if you like what we're doing there. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. If you have any suggestions of what we should do, we want to be catering to you guys. So let us know what you like, what you want to see. We're down to do it. We're open to do it. So huge love.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all. Later.